It is a wealthy Wednesday.
Wealthy Wednesday, guys.
We're happy to be with you, hoping that you have liked, shared, and subscribed to our channel as we speak about wealth every day, especially on a Wednesday.
Wealthy Wednesday. On the contrary, today we'll be talking about why most entrepreneurs fail. I mean, we've also been through it. I'm sure you'd like to hear what we have to think about it, right? Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment below.
This is Nell.
This is Lebu.
Long way. Let's fail.
On a Wednesday.
Why?
Why?
So we're starting today's session on a read from Forbes.com. It follows: 9 out of 10 startups will fail. 9 out of 10 startups will fail. This is a hard and bleak truth, but one that you do well to meditate on. Entrepreneurs may even want to write their failure post-mortem before they even launch their business.
That's an interesting fact. So now, does this mean that if I open up 10 businesses, only one of them would be successful?
Yes, according to the context of this article, it does. Or if there were 9 of Lebus and 1 of Neos, Neo would actually be the successful one.
But that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur, right? You only have to be right once and your life changes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, why are the reasons that most entrepreneurs would fail?
The first point that I would like to emphasize on is the hierarchy. If there's no clear structure of board members, of roles and responsibilities, the possibility of that particular organization failing is quite high. I mean, we saw this with one of our organizations that we started. We started with our friends. We all wanted to kill the game. We were all so excited, and we're all on the same levels. But now through that actually works against us because now there's no line of authority. There's no structure. Now there's no responsibilities. Everybody will expect everybody to do whatever. And there won't be a line of command. So hierarchy and structure is very important.
So now what we're saying is that there has to be a clear role, right? Someone has to be there that will actually make sure that everybody is actually doing what they're supposed to, right?
Yes.
That's the boss.
Yes.
The boss, right? The boss needs to be there, right? We all like saying that, no, I don't want to be a boss. I don't want to be known as the boss, right? But if an organization should thrive, right, there has to be that person that is responsible for the well-being of the organization, right? Someone that will make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to. And if someone is lacking, they actually get a warning or they should leave the organization, right?
Yes.
The second thing that we also identified was the environment in which you are in, right? So now it happens that you go on a vacation, right? And see something that works in a particular part of the world, right?
Yeah.
But now when you think about it that, okay, would this actually work where I'm from, right? That's one thing that you actually have to test before you go all in, right? Because now what happens is that one thing could be good in one place, but it could be terrible in another place, right? It's like going into your North Pole, right? And selling ice creams. Do you think there's people that would buy ice cream in the North Pole?
Oh, I'd love ice cream in the North Pole.
I think I'd be selling you the ice cream in the North Pole. But anyway, you get my point, right? You need to know your environment. If your environment would actually like the product that you'd be selling or service that you'd be selling.
Of course. I mean, that's where we emphasize on supply and demand. As if you're going to be opening a company wherever, you need to understand what is the demand for that particular product or service. But if there's no demand for it, there are cases whereby you can create a demand for a particular service or product because it's never been there and it will be foreign to people. So there will be that excitement of, okay, there's something new and how about we try it? So, but then you need to understand the forces of supply and demand in relation to environment.
Another problem that we have as entrepreneurs is that we like to focus on the end goal, right? I'm going to make 1 million every week.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
We all want to become that.
But now we forget the process of going to 1 million every week, right? So now what happens is that it's like running, right? I know in racing it's called a circuit, right?
Okay.
Where you're starting, right? That's your end goal, right? So now everybody's looking at their own end goal and thinking that
Being number one.
oh my God, it's here, right? Not knowing that you have to actually run the 800K, 800 kilometers, right? So now that's one of the main reasons that a lot of entrepreneurs fall into that.
And while running those circuits, we should remember that pains are going to come through. Failure is going to come through. Obstacles are going to come through. So now when we focus on celebrating the victories of every day, it makes that run, that race more, we appreciate it more. Because now with entrepreneur guys, there's so many things that are not there theoretically, and you'll only experience it once you're on the ground. You have to set your own systems. As we did talk about failure, if you can't absorb failure, it will be something major to you. However, now you have to have that tough mindset whereby you can put a spin around every situation. Just like we put a spin around that every 9 out of every 10, only one will actually thrive. So now we took it that if we had to open 10, the one that we're going to strike will actually be that game changer.
Well,
And
actually hold on really dearly to it.
the best thing about it, it doesn't have to be try number 10. It could be try number 3 that we are currently on right now.
Okay. On ending with the goal in mind, right? That's it. That is really one of the things that would actually help you to actually thrive in your business, right? But now do not be solely concentrated on your end goal, right? Because now what you can do is that to break it up into milestones, right? So now if you wanna get paid 1 million a month, right? You first dice it up, right? You'd say, okay, the first time if you're really starting up with nothing, the first goal would be actually, okay, let's try for 10 million, not rather 10 million, 10,000 a month, right? Thinking of all these big numbers, right? 10,000 a month, right? Then after 10 months, after getting paid 10,000 a month, you move on to your 100,000 a month. After 100,000 a month, then you get to your 1,000,000 a month. So now you have your milestones, which would actually guide you and actually get you interested in going to your end goal.
And on the note of understanding the market, we need to understand the market, what is working and what is not working. Guys, we do not want to become trend followers. Following a trend is good because now you can take advantage of the market where it's currently going in this direction, and then you just jump on it and reap the fruits of whoever started the trend. But now I would actually advise people, because sometimes the trend moves so fast that you'll find the trend at its peak. That's when you have joined it, only to find out that now things are going bad because the trend has already stopped. So now it's very important for us to know that what is working and what is not working with regards to trend. And let's be trendsetters. Don't be shy to start a trend. It can be hard because people are actually going to find you weird when you start a trend. Like, what's happening here? Is this person normal? However, over time, that's when, through retrospective, they'll connect the dots and be like, damn, that person was on a very good point. Because now let me give you a practical example. I don't want to mention the company in particular. What they did, they followed a particular successful company. So now they saw that, okay, this company is very good with regards to finding good locations. So now their strategy was solely following the company B. So if company B is going to open their spot at this avenue or this particular street, will find a closer a closer a closer gap to fill.
Okay. So now one other mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs do is that they do not want to invest in themselves. I mean, if someone says, hey man, give me 10K and I'll show you everything around it, right? The first thing that comes to mind is, what? I'm not going to give you 10K, man. I'd rather go into the market and see what happens, right? This is where a lot of people actually go wrong, not knowing that if you actually give that person that 10K, they'd be able to join you to their market, which would actually give you success more quicker, right?
When we're talking about investing in yourself, we're also talking about attending seminars. I mean, there's particular seminars that we attend. That's when you network. You network with people who've made it in the game. You network with people that are still making it in the game so that you can share your experiences and you can learn from them. I mean, learning doesn't only end at grade 12 or after university. The actual learning starts when you're on the ground. When you learn the hard way, that's when you actually grasp a lot. So you shouldn't have that thing in mind that, okay, I'm done with school and learning is done. So we should invest in ourselves in any way possible that we can.
Okay. So now, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people rather, not entrepreneurs per se, but now a lot of people do not like maths. They do not like numbers. Once they see 1 + 1, they get freaked out.
Just the sound of mathematics makes their tummies boil.
I feel like one thing that makes you very successful is actually knowing your numbers, right?
True, true.
So now walking into a deal, right? The passive income that we talked about, right? If you do not know your numbers, you wouldn't know what is the right deal, right?
Wouldn't.
So now say that the right deal is getting something at 500K, right? And you go about getting it for 700K. You'd be already running at a loss of 200K, right? So now you need to know your numbers. Your numbers are the most important. Well, for me, the numbers are the most important part of the business. Are the numbers balancing? Is your stock always on balance? The money that you're getting, what are you doing with that money, right?
I mean, numbers for me, it's quite like art. Numbers paint a picture if you're going forward or if you're not going forward, if there's challenges. And then through that, you can actually take measures to avoid the company going down. Because I mean, if we were earning so much at this particular point in time, I wrote it down. And then now next year, what I can do, I can compare the figures from the previous year with this year. And if I see there's a downscale, I can take measures and actually see what's happening. So through numbers, I can get a picture. Okay, I need to start marketing. Through numbers, I can get a picture that I need to get more personnel to manage the company. If my numbers paint the picture, if I'm actually going forward as an organization, company or private, or if there are challenges.
Yeah. Say for instance, on your first year, right? That's when you pushed your marketing, right? That's when you pushed sales with your guys, right? But now on the second year, once you started gaining momentum, you stopped using marketing, right? You can always go back to your books and check that, okay, in the first year, this is how much we were using for marketing. And we actually grew a lot. But now in the second year, we're not having that much growth. That's when it can show you that, okay, you can also focus on marketing. Marketing can be the problem that you are not actually investing much in. Wealth on a Wednesday.
And we talked about why
Why
entrepreneurs
fail.
fail.
This is Lebu
And now,
with Non-Wealth.
signing out.
Please do like, share, subscribe,
subscribe.
and comment. Comment.
Let's change the figures, guys. Let's rather make it why 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs
Succeed.